Today I'm just going to be talking about my income report for KDP in November 2021. So I actually made over 7k in November. I have seen a lot of people talking about this Q4 not being as much as they'd expected and being lower than they thought, which I didn't think was the case until I kind of started looking at it. And then I saw that, November in particular didn't really have an upward trajectory as many people kind of expect that it gets much higher at the end. Mine was kind of up and down, as you'll see when I scroll down in a minute. That being said, in other Q4s that I've had, that's kind of been the same for me. I think it's because although I do have books that could be given as gifts, they're not typically just gift type books. So I don't think I have the massive rise in sales that some people do that sell a lot of books that are specifically gift related, if that makes sense. So I'm not really sure, but it's still, obviously it's really good. And this is how the month actually went. So the lowest sales day I had was $140, which obviously is still really good. And the highest sales day I had was $350. 357. So if you compare that to last month, if you go on my blog ragstoniches.com, I have all my income reports there recently, and if you have a look at last month, I actually had one day where I made over $800, which was really, it was random, but I do have that sometimes. I have this kind of weird bulk order days. In November it was a bit more steady. I didn't have any of these kind of crazy days like I have did in October. There you go, over 7,000, and I'll talk about how much of that is profit in just a minute. How many books did I publish in November? None. I didn't publish a single book in November. I had intended to do more, but I've been kind of concentrating on some other stuff. I've been setting up a Gumroad store where I do have a free course that you can download. I'll link to that in the description. And I've been trying to create templates, Canva templates for sale and things like that. I mean, I have a really cheap one as well on there, which is only $1, which is just for like a lined interior. But it's a template, so it's not just a straight PDF. You can actually go onto Canva and change it yourself, which is what I like. I don't like the idea of just buying a ready-made interior and putting it on Amazon. So I am trying to create templates so you can actually go in and edit yourself, change the font, change the layout, and kind of learn the design skills yourself. So I also wrote about just how a lot of people seem to be, there were a lot of accounts that are being suspended. Of course, there was the famous Jade Summer account that was closed, and there were various other accounts closed as well. So I just felt a little bit nervous. I just thought maybe I should just hold off uploading anything for a bit. So I seem to remember this happening last Q4 as well. I don't know if they have a kind of increase of cancelling accounts, but I have had the odd run-in with Amazon. I'll talk about that in my blog if you want to go in. Not run-in exactly, but I've just had some, the automated email that say there's something wrong. And then in every case that I've had, they tell me it's their mistake. They've made a mistake. I don't think it is a mistake. I think they kind of just look into your account and they see that you're not spamming or doing anything, so they decide, okay, it's fine. But I think it really depends who you actually end up speaking to, and a lot of the time it's just this kind of going around in circles of you and these kind of automated canned responses, which is so frustrating. So I mean, I personally now would really be cautious about editing books that are already published. These days I'm really careful, much more kind of careful about what author names I choose, exactly how I lay out my titles and descriptions, because I know on one occasion I was actually called up by Amazon for having, I think, journal in the title and then it was in the subtitle at one point. And this was a book that had been published for a long time. I know I always make sure that I don't do that anymore. But even when I went to Amazon about that, they again said that it was their error. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. It's kind of crazy. So Yeah, so as I talk about in here, it's just that there is an issue with the Amazon and their automated system. It's a bit difficult to speak to a real person. Oh, I don't know what's ads coming up. Okay, so how much did I spend on ads this month? Well, you can see it all here. It's about 100 in dollars, pounds, and Canadian. I should also put in here, I also have a 20% VAT on top of this amount here, so I should probably put that in. But as a result, because I do have the VAT charge, this ACOS of 28 for me is slightly unprofitable because of the tax on top. So it's not too bad, but basically it was really good until right at the end of the month, and then all of the spend just shot up. So I'm going to have to go in and deal with that because it's not profitable at the moment. So yeah, in total I spent 347 plus there is a 20% on there, which I'll add that to the blog post because I forgot to put that in. And how much do I spend on tools? Well, it's the same tools that I always have. You can look at my tool list, it's on my website. But, the main ones, Creative Fabrica, Helium 10, Book Bolt. And in total, that's around, $100 that I spend on that as well. Have I noticed any different books selling in Q4? Yes. It's strange, but some books have started selling this Q4. I mean, just the odd one that I've never sold. In fact, some of them were books that I created right at the start, and I don't think I'd ever sold them before. And then just out of the blue, they have sold. So it just shows you how many people must be on Amazon, because they're literally, you must be searching through the depths of Amazon. I don't know. I didn't even know those books would be visible anymore, to be honest. So yeah, it's funny. What about shipping delays? Yeah, basically last year there was some real delays in the time it took for low content books specifically, because you could get regular books like next day delivery, but the low content were like a week or more. And I've noticed even in the US right now, I think where did I put down? It was 5 day, 5 day wait time in the USA. Whereas the UK was only about 2 days. That was a couple of days ago, I think, when I was checking that. So yeah, I'm hoping that it won't be as bad as last year, because I really think that impacted on my overall sales. Last December, I didn't make that much more than the November, which I was, surprised by, because I obviously expected, December is going to be way more. It wasn't. But then again, January was really good for me last year. I made a similar amount in January than December. So who knows? It's so different for everyone. I think it really depends on the type of book that you have. So I'm lucky in that some of my main sellers really sell all year round. So it isn't a particular thing where they suddenly sell at Christmas or anything. They're just a standard all year, which is a good thing to aim for, I think, for most books. Yeah, so anyway, let me know how Q4 is going for you. Let me know in the comments how have you found sales? Let me know. Oh, yeah, I'm recording this on December the 2nd, and it's already going well for me. There's definitely been an increase in sales. So fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will speak to you soon.